We'll do it live every day. We'll do it live.
Yeah.
What's going on today? Well, we'll let you know. And when we find out, we'll let you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
It's a
Appaloosa.
Monday.
No, that's not his name. Not Appaloosa. I'll just call him Riley.
It's
Is in the house.
Alfonso.
Alfonso. Okay. Alfonso. Hey, Alfonso. In the house.
Yo,
Predor
Alfonso. What's
7
up?
in the house. What's up? Um,
Hell, Predator 7.
it's the 4 o'clock shadow. And yeah, going to do a stream. You'll probably have to catch it at work tomorrow, Shadhawk, because I'm going to do it like about 10 o'clock, about draw stream time, tonight. It rained here today, so I'm not working. I was supposed to go in
Okay.
at 8 a.m. today, but I found out yesterday, rained out, whatever. Not going to, who knows, or
Right.
secretary. Hopefully I get to go out tomorrow and actually spray. I think tomorrow and Thursday, but we'll see. And clean trucks at one point, and like the shop and stuff, and get it ready for next year, next season.
Right.
Everything be clean and ready to take off from day one.
Yeah, I'm prepped up and ready to go for spring.
Apparently, they designated other people to pick up the traps, so you know. I may work more days, days and nights tomorrow, next year. It's really don't want to do that, but if that's where the money is, I mean, Larry that took over for the day crew, he was the one that got all the hours this year. I mean,
Really?
and the drawing, I mean the driving, because they did a lot more with the airport. It was probably a pain in the ass, But anyway, enough about that. I got out in the rain today and had to pick up my medicine. Went by Aldi, picked up a stamp at the to mail a letter to Elsie. Uh, so picked up few food provisions. Laugh out loud. Johnny Scab asked if the A stood for Alfonso, so I stuck with it. I kept it because of how many people struggle by saying Alfonso. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Well, Shadowhawk
There you
YE Coyote genius, so he was like Alfonso, no problem. But me, I'm like Appaloosa. I don't know.
go.
I don't really care. It's like, but I do like to, I have trouble with Praetor's name, Praetor 7, you know.
Yeah.
I just do. I'm not a names guy. I'm a face guy. If I see you or I remember I told you not too long ago, it's probably been about a year ago now. And I saw a guy that was at I believe West Side. I can't remember if he said West Side or Brooklyn. I think it was West Side. Played ball with like 40 years ago or more, right?
Oh,
And I
wow.
was
Yep.
like, he hadn't changed that much over the years. I mean, some people they definitely age up and whatnot. There was, but now the
Right.
one when I worked at the bookstore, um, there was this woman that I'd seen in one of our old school annuals. I don't know where I saw the annual because the annual was like from the 60s before I even started school. But I
Oh,
saw her picture in there and I said, "You're an old Valley View girl, aren't you?" Well, she graduated like 67, 68, long time before. I mean, I even, 20 years prior or almost to me graduating, whatever. I'd never seen her before in my life, but, at that time it was probably, maybe 40 years for her, different, since she'd been.
wow. Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I recognize you." She's like clueless because she's never even known of me, saw me, but it's like, "Yeah, I saw you in the annual." I'm pretty good with faces, that's why I think I can identify a lot of the artists, you know. Uh, how do you draw a face? We all draw the face kind of unique. Uh, Now,
Right.
where I run into problems is like the copycat artist, the ones that like the copycat. Like there's 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 one that does George Perez. There's one that does Art Adams. It's like why
Right.
don't you develop your own style? I guess that is your own style. You like it so much, but I kind of hate that I can't identify. Oh, that's Art Adams. No, it's not. It's the knockoff guy. Oh, that's George
Right.
Perez.
Right.
No, it's not. It's the knockoff guy.
And hey, Omer Glitch and Ryan Octagon in the
Hey,
house. Hey,
Omer,
Ryan.
and hey, Ryan.
Omer.
Uh,
Always good to see you, boys.
did the stream with Omer last night and some others. Don was on there and a bunch of other people. I bowed out after about 3 hours to do my own thing. And one thing I did, Shadowhawk, if you'll look at the title of today's, it's Untapped Potential, but new Doctor Who. We'll talk about that and Fire in the Sky. You said that on a couple of weeks ago on one of your streams when you ate that red pepper oyster because I went and that was one of the things I
Yeah.
did. I watched that episode where you're going, oh, that's got some heat to it.
Yeah.
And it
That
wasn't a
was.
big piece of
Uh,
pepper.
no, it was a little bitty guy, man. That thing had some punch.
Well, it was the sauce, and like you said, the oysters were infused with the pepper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they soaked. Everything was in that oil in that can for God knows how long. And it just
Yeah.
everything in there just took all the heat from that pepper, and soaked it right in.
Yeah. I wanted to watch that before it got too late, to watch it because you got 120 something videos up now and
Yeah.
growing.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I
You're
wish I
getting
was.
there. You're building your channel. I've got respect for you, sir.
There you go. Hey, good stuff in the house. Good to see you,
Hey, good
sir.
stuff.
Hope the missus is doing well as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get a little more regular. Sometimes it's hard for me on Wednesdays after work, especially if we do the 4 o'clock, and then I got to do another stream after. So, but
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
I get it. So I had a very productive day yesterday. I finished um, finished 5 new sketch cards, um, and did some more work on some others. Uh,
Very nice. Kicking ass on them cars.
Identifying. I started a new thing on the channel, which is uh, chill and hang episode. I'll be doing some chill and hang episodes. And then tonight I'm starting something new that I've had in mind for a very long time, which is called Trade Ya. Trade Ya, where I show
Oh
you
yes.
some of the trade paperbacks that I have in my collection.
Okay. I thought maybe you were actually doing like putting stuff up that you would be willing to trade.
Like a swap meet. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
might
something
come
like that.
into it as well, Shadowhawk, at some point. Yeah. But trying to do some different
Interesting.
things, and I'll be doing some uh more streaming, of course, now that the job is playing out. and
Right, right.
have to draw in the house style probably has a lot to do with copycats. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I would say so.
taking a break
I
from
mean,
trimming some marijuana, he says.
yeah, sounds like a better job than I was doing today.
Yeah, yeah, Doctor Who died with Capaldi. Absolutely, Riley. Alfonso. I totally concur with that. I bought the Jodie Whittaker stuff, uh, just and even that's good compared. The guy, the last Doctor Who, forget all that. I never watched one episode of it. Don't plan to. Maybe in a million years. Uh, it's real sad what they've done to all the different properties. The new Doctor Who news is let me get to that. There is basically, and I was following them on X. I saw one of their posts recently and thought, oh well, that's cool. And it might
Mhm.
have been Doctor Who related because it caught my attention. Here's your werewolf representation for today,
Oh,
Shadowhawk, by the way.
oh, there we go.
Fool, I am a real werewolf and I am going to R.
I can't tell. Is that Gil Kane or no?
No, it looks more like one of the old school artists, like the artist,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, maybe.
yeah,
The
from
eyes didn't
like
look right for Gil, so
That's more like Pete Costanza or something like that, sort of old school.
I got
Pete
you. Yeah.
Costanza did the Justice League, about the first 100 issues of the Justice League when it came out.
Mm,
On last night's draw stream, Dr. Ben drew Pizza Man. Uh,
pizza man. Okay.
Pizza Man, yeah. I forget where he said that was from. Maybe Omer can tell us. But here is Pizza Man that he drew.
Well, there was Pizza the Hut in Spaceballs. I don't know if you've ever watched that one, right?
I have, yeah, I've watched Spaceballs. They're doing a remake of Spaceballs. How's that going to go?
It's actually a sequel.
A sequel. Okay. Well, that's got to be the creator make him happy. He just turned 100 the other day.
Yeah, I just hope he gets a chance to finish making it, before he runs out of time.
Yeah. I
But
don't know if he's involved at his age. I don't know if he's involved with that or not.
oh yeah, he definitely is. Um,
Is he? Okay. Well, here's your werewolf page. Actually, a lot of, you know,
what I
it being it being October, there's a lot of horror books that are out there being shown and artwork and stuff. And
oh yeah.
at at some point, I want to do a horror book, of course. The,
So one of
I
the
agree
reasons
with
I love this time of year.
Red Valkyrie on that though. Shadow. Most of the horror books aren't scary, and it's very hard to do scary in a comic book beyond a page turner reveal. You know, some ghastly scene. It may be ghastly looking, but it's not scary. You can't really do jump scares like in film or TV. So what do you do?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
mean, have you ever read
usually
a horror book? Have you ever read a comic book that scared you?
yes. I,
Have you really?
yeah. I mean, I was still a fairly young reader at the time, but the story was fucking scary, man.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was called Terrible Teddy, and it was from an old House of Mystery.
Okay. Pizza Man is created by David Cho and Ryan Wilson. Wilson, I think. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm a sort of a book club on Discord, and we're choosing a horror comic book to read for this next now. Is Pineapple Pizza Man Kryptonite? I like pineapple on pizza. Sorry, I just do. Hey, Mike. I mean, I don't eat it all the time, but
Hey, Mike.
if it's pizza, I'll probably eat it.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, everything after Tom Baker is, I don't bother watching it. I can watch Tom Baker reruns for the rest of my life and be happy.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't a Whovian fan uh for a while, Shadowhawk. Um, till I was 50 years old. I'm getting ready to turn 60 in November 6th. No, no, November 2nd. Um, uh, so less than a month to go to my birthday. Woohoo! And
Yeah,
uh, I started watching Doctor Who, really watching and collecting it and getting it on disc. Um, and fortunately, I had a job then that paid me every day for 6 days a week and took Sunday off. So I got paid every day, and I would go and buy one, sometimes two, and binge watch them. I'd had them watched by the next day. So I really did a quick study on
wow.
Doctor Who and the commentaries and stuff. Um,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, and I spent, I was buying that stuff at because it was convenient locally, and then I went online, like on eBay and stuff for the stuff that I didn't get. And then, of course, a lot of it's missing, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Is that Film is Fabulous came out with Film is Fabulous is a on X, and I've dropped the link to it, but I will drop their X on here. I actually followed them fairly recently, and you can follow them too. I don't know that they post that much, except you can donate, and they're really dedicated to boycott all BBC and stop paying the license fee. Absolutely, I agree with that too. Um, oh, black and white of the haunting used to scare me when the entity was banging on the door and wrapping the door. I would say that's probably the way to do a comic book, a horror comic book, is build suspense, build suspense. But
Uh-huh.
now, how do you best do that? You know, and you got to have one hell of an artist to pull it off. You know, very hard to do. Anyway, um, Films is Fabulous. Made an announcement recently. Private collection. Um, they're into preserving like British film, but along with that, finding like reels, like old reels like this Shadow, which are
No,
in
cool.
canisters on film. um
Yeah, yeah.
they find stuff like this. Like this was in a private collector's hands. um and look at the rust and stuff on the cans. But they take these things, they digitize them. I'm sure they preserve them. Sometimes they're lost episodes, and they're there's they made an announcement that they found some Doctor Who, and that what it is, I don't know. I hope it's smugglers. That's one of my favorite short stories in Doctor Who, which deals with the first Doctor. But um, you know, even Tom Baker that you mentioned was affected with Sharda not being Douglas Adams, who did Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Uh, Even
Right.
his Sharda was not finished and had to be partially animated or other things done, with that one. And I like Sharda. It's a good story. I like the setting, the premise of it, and everything. Um, uh,
Yeah, I was a big fan of Doug Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy stuff. I did not
yeah,
know until I found out from you that he actually wrote some Doctor Who stuff. So that's pretty cool.
and a future, on that BBC, that PBS broadcast, the very first version put on TV of Hitchhiker's
Uh-huh.
Guide to the Galaxy, actually had Peter Moffat, or well, that's his real name, Peter Moffat, Peter David, that was the fifth Doctor, right after Tom Baker, was actually he played the pig creature that said, "Would you like to slice some off my rump, or maybe a, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, he played that character in that. So he was a future Doctor Who playing in Hitchhiker's Guide. And Douglas Adams was for in there doing Doctor Who for 2 or 3 seasons, involved
Oh,
with Doctor Who
and
for
yeah,
a while.
the character is actually a cow Rex. It's not a pig.
Oh, is it a cow? It looked like a pig
Mm-hmm.
though.
I like that. I guess it's like supposed to be a space cow or something in the show. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, if you read the book, it actually they're bred where they actually come up and tell you their own best cuts of
Well,
meat
see,
and everything.
that's the whole premise of the thing is that, things are not what they always appear to be. They're wacky. I
Right.
mean, Douglas Adams was a very creative individual when you look at Hitchhikers. It's like
Oh, yeah,
nothing that
that's good.
ever it's like nothing that had ever been put out there. I think that's why it sold millions and millions and millions and still continues to sell millions of copies.
Mm.
Douglas
The
Adams
really
was a
interesting
creative
thing was
genius.
to me was he managed to make the science fiction still very
Mhm.
science fiction, but at the
Mhm.
same time it was so humorous. There was so much humor woven into the whole story. It was just fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Always carry a towel. That's good advice.
Yeah.
I love how
Don't
it
forget
starts out.
that.
They're in the diner and this person discovers the meaning of life, but the universe ends.
Yeah. That's
You know,
and for those of
this
you who
little
don't know, Shadowhawk can fill you in. The meaning of life is 42. We just don't know what the proper question is yet, but the answer is 42.
Tree Goblin says the first book signing of Hitchhiker's brought central London to a standstill. So many people turned up. Wow.
Yeah, I believe it. That's crazy.
Some people, let's see, Douglas Adams was told it wouldn't be popular because sci-fi comedy had never been done before.
Well, and it had never been done right, obviously, because
And do
Douglas
you,
Adams did it right, man.
Shadowhawk, this is subjective, but do you think shows like Red Dwarf that came later would have even ever been done without Douglas Adams Hitchhikers out there?
I,
Maybe,
you know, I, I get.
probably not.
Unfortunately, I can't give an opinion on that because I never watched
Mhm.
any of the Red Dwarf stuff. I
Yeah,
don't know enough to. I don't like to give opinions about things I've never seen or read. It just doesn't seem fair. Hey,
right. I think there's some Red Dwarf episodes on YouTube if you want to watch them, but I'm busy watching Shadowhawk's old broadcast and him choking on
now
Red
that
peppers.
is that a little tongue in cheek as well, as kind of comedy and sci-fi? Or?
Yeah, it's like comedy, sci-fi. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
how
I'll have
you.
to check it
I'm
out.
not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will have to look it up and see what I think.
I'm meeting at Red Dwarf next Saturday at a con. Cool. Have fun. Um,
Oh wow, excellent.
uh, anyway, back to film is fabulous. They kind of made an announcement that there would be what they do is that they were approved to be a nonprofit organization. And um, they say that there's some of the lost episodes that's in private hands that's been rumored for a while. When I jumped on board, it was probably a good time, Shadowhawk, because new stuff had just been found. It's been 12 years now and nothing new has been found. So have we found
Oh
all the
wow.
Who episodes that we're going to find? Are and they're animating and they're making a lot of the black and white ones in color. They did that with War Games. That was the start of that. I've got mixed
Oh,
feelings
okay.
about that. As long as it's like on physical media, that's because I want the physical media. I want the DVDs and play them whenever I want. And I always like when they like Power of the Daleks and other releases, they've made it where you can watch it either in color or black and white. They give you an option, and I like that because I don't mind even the animated stuff watching it in black and white because I like black and
Right.
white stuff, you know, and it just puts me
Ah,
into
that's what
that
Justin
area.
Belmont in the house. Did you
Hey,
see
Justin,
Justin?
season where Starbug found red dwarf again and the nanites reformed it should have been the end. It was dog shit after that. Yeah, I've not watched enough of it to really tell you whether I'd like it or not. I tried to get through that other British sci-fi series, which is also on YouTube, and it, it's kind of lackluster, but I'll
I'm
get back to it
not
eventually.
sure.
I've been watching The Expanse, and now it's starting to get kind of interesting in season two. Um,
Yeah,
but
The
yeah, I'm
Expanse was a
looking.
pretty good show. But
Films is fabulous. Kind of dropped that there may be new Who coming soon. They'll make an announcement about that soon. Now, is that going to be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months from now? I don't know. Nobody knows, but they've indicated that they maybe found some new Who and maybe trying to return it to the BBC where it can be copied and then given back to the collector or whatever. I think they're in a good position to kind of negotiate between the BBC or the parties involved and let them know their legal rights, that there not any going to be any legal ramifications if it's been originally stolen material or something, you know. I think there is some
right.
collectors out there. I totally agree with it. It's like I've got I've got the color separation to Avengers #4. That's bragging rights, you know. Um,
Oh,
I'm the only person on the planet that has that. I think some people do that with TV shows and films and stuff. I'm the only one that can watch the first regeneration uh, show, you know, of Doctor Who episode, because it is serialized. If you don't know, Doctor Who is. Um, anyway, moving on. Hopefully that will bear out. Hello, Carrie. Carrie is in the house all the way from the UK.
oi,
And
Carrie Traveler.
she's calling in just in time to see what yesterday's productive part of, because I did some writing and other stuff. Um, you saw Polecat. He's a real stinker. First concept for him. I haven't quite got all his details worked out, but I started my day off. I had already penciled him from the day before and or earlier. Croc Bog, the second one. There you go. Shadowhawk finished him. He's muted.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh,
Yeah, taking a quick smoke break. Rex didn't want to have the outside noise.
okay. But I'd rather have you online where I can hear you and get some feedback on this.
Oh, I said it was lovely.
And a lot of the times your phone cuts out the ambient noise, and unless you got a real roaring Harley going down the street, we don't even hear it. And the birds are loud. I got a loud bird the other day. Throwback here,
Yeah.
he's the character I've been waiting to create. Throwback. He's going to be thrown back and in the story with Midnight, Old Lady Midnight.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to be
Yeah, I think
pretty cool.
I think the birds, man, they just cut right through that noise reduction because it's so high pitched or something. You know,
Yeah,
it just
yeah. And Smolder design, new design for Smolder. That's a
yeah,
little
you
louder.
can finally see his teeth are finally
There we
opened his
go.
mouth.
Hmm. You know, this one here almost with I put a little sun back there, a little foliage. It almost looks like a stained glass thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, and then this one is done. I'm leaving it unfinished right here on the side on purpose because it's so more artistic. You know, we talked about Alien Bog taken from this painting, which I haven't finished, but maybe it is finished. I did this in 2016. Bog was only created in 2015. Um, it was taken from a Swamp Thing story where he was on another alien planet and he had different colors and stuff. And I put the little Venus fly traps on his head here in this one. but this one's going to
Oh,
remain
cool.
unfinished because it kind of looks. I'm going to
That's
leave
all
it
right.
like
Yeah,
this. Yeah, it's because it looks more painterly, and I'm going to leave this unfinished, and I'm going to call it done. Um, I think it's more interesting that way, because it looks different from all the rest. But yeah, an alien dragonfly comes by, he can take that thing and go with the Venus flytrap.
yeah, I like it.
That's cool. Yeah. So yeah, that was a productive day, and last night I did that new stream of where I'm just chill and hanging out and doing my thing and acknowledging the chat. And I was a little bit more chatty on that. Crockbat Bog had a lion look. I thought he kind of had a hippo looking nose, like a hippo in the front,
Oh,
but
okay.
that's only
Mhm.
because you're kind of foreshortening, whatever.
Right, yeah, a little bit.
Oh yeah, I see where you're saying the lion look because he's got all that foliage and stuff on him that looks like a mane.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Okay,
hmm yeah. Um,
that makes sense.
I
Oh
hear
man.
the birdies when Shadowhawk is outside. Yes, yeah, I think you're right. It's the high pitch of the birdies that comes through the,
Yeah,
you know,
it like goes right through that noise cancellation or whatever. So
right.
sorry about the birds speaking. I got lots and
Well,
lots of tiny little
well,
birds
last
around.
night I identified the last characters that will be done on the short list here are, and I don't have names for some of them. It's going to be this guy, going to do one of him. I created him back in 2008. Um,
Dig the eyes.
this character here I created a year ago, October 14th. He's kind of a Steve Ditko kind of looking simple character.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you doing this.
Yeah, so I'll do one of him. He's interesting looking because I found some more of the head sketches down here. Um, and then here's a new character I created back in October of last year, Aftershock. He's kind of got
Cool.
earthquake. He's kind of got earthquake type powers,
Oh, okay.
vibratory powers, And then there's the
Right.
Scorn. There's the Scorn. I've done a few with him.
Yeah, yeah. Seen a couple of him.
And one character that I didn't create was Dr. Spike, but I always loved this character that a friend of mine created, and he's going to become part of the Momentum universe. And I don't like this human grenade. He's kind of like puffy looking, but he's getting ready to explode. And what he does is he explodes and reforms afterwards. He's called the human grenade.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And actually, there was an animated cartoon where they had a sort of military green type figure. So all the cards, and I did order last night another 100 sketch cards. So
Oh
those will
well.
be those will be printed up this week because I want to continue to create new characters, and I don't want to be just locked into all of them having names on the back. And you know, I mean, I work on this stack to get these done. If I get these done, I've got 100, and I've still got more characters, and of course, I'm creating new characters. While doing this, I've created 3 or 4 different characters, Shadowhawk. So if you get those, that's the first drawing of those characters. So how cool is that?
Yeah, that makes it even better.
You know,
Woohoo.
what's static? Why are you saying static? Do you hear static? Pale Rider
Static
in the
in my
house
head.
dropping in to give you a like for that thumbnail. Yeah. The thumbnail's kind of nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Untapped
Taylor.
potential.
Okay.
hmm
I was
Hey,
gonna
I'm
ask you
pulling
who
an
that
almond
was.
glitch on that.
Was that some rando off the internet? Was that a actual actress or something?
No, actually, yeah, I think it was an AI thing of Supergirl in a red costume sort of red and gold costume. I really like it. I used her top half for a stream we did a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, man, I love that so much. I'm just gonna focus in on her bottom part, and now I get why. Now I get why our first comment here was about bush. I totally see here. The top of the panties aren't touching the skin because of the 70s bush. Just saying. Yeah. I was wondering why he
Yeah.
kind of threw that in there. I forgot about my thumbnail. Yeah. It's eye candy and clickbait for the eyes, right?
There you go.
Yeah. So, you know, the momentum universe is if it hadn't been raining today, I would have went. In fact, I went right where I picked up my medicine is right next to the printing place.
Uh-huh.
So I would have got. I would. It was raining earlier, and I would have taken some stuff out there, like all this stuff from Ryan needs to be scanned, and I would have taken over a few selected pieces to be scanned, so that we can maybe add to the campaign, maybe not. I don't know. This stuff needs to be scanned. Plus, pay her for the sketch cards, the other hundreds, so they can put that on the fast track. And then after that, I was giving that some thought. The next thing, I think I'm going to have her do the limited cards on the campaign. Uh, John Dillard's sort of fractured reality bystander
Oh,
card,
okay. Yeah.
where he's falling into space and it's like a broken glass image
Yeah.
up there.
Yep, that's a good one.
That's going to be a very limited card, only given to certain people. Everybody had a chance to get one, but and I may comp a few. I'm only going to make 25 of those, unless she gives me a few extra. If she spits it out and gives me 35, I'll take 35 or you know 27, whatever. Uh,
Right.
There we go. I'm trying to think about what I want to do. I want to go to the campaign. I want to get that card since it's such a limited card printed up. Um, what's the other card? There's another. We've kind of retooled the. Uh, I think the armored flyer. I think the armored flyer by John Dillard was going to be a limited card, so I'll make 25 of that one as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm just I'm just kind of looking through the campaign here at the images. I think that's right. I think those were the two limited cards, really limited cards that if you donated $1 to the campaign, and I didn't have that many takers. Fanta was one of the takers. Fanta will be getting one. Some of you will be getting them, and some of you that won't. There will be some limited
Yeah,
stuff.
Rex and I are gonna do a recording for Fanta tonight, actually.
We're gonna do a recording with visuals because that's the way I know to do it, and we will um, not privatize it, but do it as unlisted, and then we'll send it to Hen. If you do want to do a private message, either audio or something like this, a video, of course at least her family can enjoy it visually. But now, if you want to do an audio, let me go over here to what Tanya. Basically, you're sending it to Hen's. Just call me Hen's email.
Right. Oh man.
Hen actually reached out to me for that. They must have beat you up pretty bad today. It is just call me Hen at outlook.com. That's where you send it. Just call me Hen all together at outlook.com, probably all lowercase. Uh, this is, might as well show you what Tanya sent me the other day again. Um, I don't know who did the painting of Fanta, but this as her Dark Angel character, but this is cool.
Yeah, that came out great.
He said, "Hi everybody. I'm trying to put together some voice messages for Fanta. It is her birthday in a few days, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, and I want as many messages from people as possible to remind her how much she is loved and missed." I did a similar thing uh, on the Edge Punk magazine for Dan Plegel in the first issue. I did a write up, appreciation page. That was part of Red Valkyrie's
Oh yeah,
appreciation
yeah.
page. Um,
Yeah, I haven't heard from Dan in a little while. Hope everything's
Nicholas
going well for you.
Carpenter was here today framing up the add-on and broke my door jamb, ceiling fan,
Oh
and
no!
broom. This dude's a bull in a china shop. Oh no!
Holy crap!
How is Fanta doing? Fanta is recovering. She's in rehab right now, I think. She's got a long way to go. She was legally blind, but I think she's pretty much 100% there almost. You know, there might be a little blurriness and stuff, but um, yeah, we haven't really heard that much. Uh, she has come in the chat once since her strokes, and her eyes were deteriorating as well. You know, is Dave not
Yeah,
coming on the show anymore? Well, that's on Tuesdays. This is Monday, Carrie.
yeah, and yeah, Dave's been in the middle of a remodeling job gone wrong.
Remodeling
So
his kitchen.
um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, apparently they ran
Yeah,
into a
we'll
lot
try
more
and get him
trouble
on
than they were
tomorrow, Carrie, but
expecting.
that's tomorrow, not today. I probably should have.
Yeah,
Sometimes he is available, I think, on Monday, so I probably should have sent him the link just because we haven't heard from him. If he, today might be good and not tomorrow. Who knows? But I'll send him. I'll make sure that I send Dave the link. I haven't forgot about Dave. I've been sending him the link and he hasn't been coming on. So I think he's right in the middle of construction, as far as I know, of his kitchen, which has been a big
yeah,
ordeal for months and months.
yeah. He thought it was going to be like 3 or 4 weeks, and it's been like 3 or 4 months now. So yeah, it's definitely not
I
going
got to
as
give the
planned.
guy props for patience. He waited 8 months for his spinner rack.
I tell you what, dude, man, Dave has got the patience of a stone. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. And when you get his age and you fall down the stairs, you got to start taking things a little bit slower.
yeah, yeah. I'm
And
glad
I always
things worked
wanted
out as
stairs
well.
when I was younger. I thought it would be cool. You got an upstairs in your house. We never had that with me growing up, but I had friends that had upstairs, and I always thought it was cool
Uh,
coming up and down the stairs and having an upstairs. Now that I have stairs in the house, it ain't so cool. I mean, I've slid down those things.
yeah,
I always wear socks. If you go down these stairs in your feet, you will slide down, maybe, because your feet has no slick, you know. And then you get down
right.
here, and most
No,
of it's tiled. A large portion of my house, as in the entryway, eh, leading into the informal dining room and the kitchen area, is in the bathroom that's behind the shower here, and the laundry room there is all tiled with these big white tiles. They're about this big. They're big.
cool.
So,
No,
what did they
your
have you
stairs,
doing today that wore your ass out? Old oyster
just
eater,
just my regular job, bro. Just
your regular job. Okay. Yeah.
it's the beginning of the month. It's time to do preventive maintenance on all the machines, which means I get to
Uh,
crawl in them, over them, around them.
mm,
Yeah,
Entry, informal. living room, how posh. Well, the way you come in the front door here, which is right. Okay, let me embiggen myself. Okay. So this is actually the living room, which is kind of strange. It's off to the right of the front door. And it's not that big a living room, you know? And the reason the shower there is the joke is from the Three Company thing, but the show. But
Right.
it's it was put down here because one of the former residents had his mother, and this was her bedroom, and they put in a shower there because the two full bathrooms are upstairs, and there's a half bath with a sink and a commode behind this shower, and the laundry room is right here. And yes, that would be your formal dining room. Uh, Past this wall behind my computer would be the formal dining room that you come into. It's got a couple
I
white
agree,
columns,
Taylor.
which is kind of different. And then right here is the informal dining room, the bar and kitchen. And then what used to be, I think, a garage, but they enclosed it in like a drop down den area, which is cool. That's really my living area. That's where I do my entertainment and most of the thing because it's the largest room, you know. And then above me is the main big bedroom, and then there's a couple other bedrooms. One is has the black and white checkered laminate on the floor and has mirrors on the wall, or at least one, maybe two. And it was a workout. It was a workout room.
It was the disco room.
It was the
And
disco,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
pretty
yeah, I
soon,
had the
yeah,
ball.
I'm a maintenance guy on like industrial machinery. So I've got 2 buildings worth of machines that I take care of every month. I'm the supervisor,
Hey
so
Tim.
it's up to me to make sure they've got all the oils and lubricants and parts and everything else that they need to keep the place running every month.
And when he gets his knees replaced and maybe a few other things, when he gets older, he'll be the bionic man. Do, 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 do. Yeah,
I hope so. We're coming
yeah.
up with some cool bionic stuff now, man. The integrated, like new prosthetic legs and hands and things. It's pretty cool stuff.
And maybe when Mama Hawk gets older, she can be the bionic woman, and you can.
Mama Hawk is like a freaking watch, man. Like she just keeps on ticking. She ain't got no issues, man.
Does that
Uh,
mean she's tightly wound?
well, that too, yes. But
Well, she is Spanish, Hispanic, right? Uh,
yeah, well, she's Spaniard actually,
Spaniard.
not Hispanic.
Yeah, sounds like a
Yes,
dog breed. No offense.
she will cut
I will cut you. That's my line. Don't take that. Uh, so, how many years difference, if you don't mind me asking, is there in between you and Mama Hawk? Because she's a younger lady, right? Than you are. Well, you're not a lady, and you're old as
Oh,
fuck. So,
she's about 4 years younger than I am.
mhm. Okay, 4 years
But
younger.
I
Well,
didn't.
that's
I
cool.
didn't. I, I I never said anything other than 35. So, and I'll go to my
Jim
grave
says I want
denying
prosthetic ears that make me fly like Dumbo.
it. That would be kind of fun, actually.
Uh, Pale Rider says, Shadowhawk, we need to take a trip to Panama and get some of those good stem cells. Absolutely. Yeah.
Woohoo! All right. If you're buying, I'm flying, brother.
Prater 7 says, I went to college for mechanical engineering for a bit, and it ended up being more about doing stuff in a machine shop, though.
Oh, more like actual machining of tools and stuff. Yeah, no, I've got a good buddy of mine that's our machinist. That without him, we wouldn't be able to keep that place running. So yeah, it's good to have a good machinist on hand. I'm more of
Um,
a practical guy, like big systems, diagnose issues and things like that. When it comes to actually machining the parts, that's another department.
Mm-hmm. Tim says college course having become cash grabs, experience is irreplaceable. Yeah, absolutely. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you can have an education on paper, or you can have practical experience, or both. Um, uh, what's I gonna say? Don't know. You just left me. Uh, my next thing I was going to talk about. Uh,
Sorry, people, brain fart.
yeah. Oh, the Dr. Mask contest, of course, is going on. Still, you can still get it in there. Uh, the
Oh
deadline
wow,
is the
Timmy Toolman, he
20th.
says he grew up with a metal turning lathe in his basement to play with. That must have been cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I had all the practical hand tools and stuff like that, but I never had like a lathe or anything to play with. Although, who knows? I might have gone into machining if I have a lathe experience earlier. But
Would you say Loch Ness Monster would be considered lizard representation? Because here's a cool two rock, Son of Stone cover.
no, well, I mean, I guess it really all depends if he's an amphibian or a lizard. But uh, I would still say, yeah, I'd lean towards lizard representation.
Okay. Well, if it's not, I'm sure I've got some more. But yeah, cool two rock there. 31 Days of Monsters. Here's some wonderful monster images for your Halloween season. Creepy Magazine, second grade issue. Look at that. That's kind of got some panther like weremen on the cover
Oh, yeah, a little bit. That's pretty neat.
coming out of the shadows. They're thinking buffet. They're thinking dinner. They're thinking lunch. They're thinking chow down.
Yes.
Eerie, number 15 here. The doll collector. That's creepy. Love the mummy cover there.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a neat sort of limited palette piece.
The mommy's coming. Walk faster.
Hmm. Creepy.
Rex
I
never
mean,
gets the
if you
joke.
saw that on the stands, who wouldn't want to pick it up? It's just I'd want to pick it up just because of the logo, the neat looking logo. That's kind of what I want to do with the bog logo, just make it look like hanging foliage and stuff.
Wow, they don't
Apparently,
well with all
they're
that.
going to do a jam thing, right? With all the characters,
Yeah,
Spring Ball, Big
uh,
Man, and
the the Kings are gonna put together a kind of like what Valiant did with Deathmate back in the day. Remember when they did that big company-wide crossover?
right?
So
Or there was the Image United, which was kind of a
yeah,
crossover.
Image United did the same kind of thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, all the boys are gonna pick depending how many characters they have, because a few of them have a few different books out. So they're gonna
Hmm.
choose like one or two characters each and put them all together into a book. Mike Barron is gonna write the story, so we've already got Mike on board for writing. Um, so
I
don't know
wonder
who's
what
gonna be
chance there
doing
is
art
of
yet.
adding Pizza Man.
That's you have to talk to Mike. He might like Pizza Man. I don't know,
Yeah, I'd eat that
but
up.
I think it's going to be like a collaborative effort on the artwork, where like each
Hmm.
one of them does either a certain amount of pages, or maybe they do their own characters, particular parts.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard. We are supposed to find out more today at 7 o'clock, I believe, on the King's broadcast. Ethan's going to talk a little bit more about what the project's going to be. So
Very interesting.
that drawing that you just had it up, right? That Ethan did. That was just like a quickie he did last week and put everybody's characters
Hmm.
together. That kind of sparked the idea. Everybody was like, "Ooh." So,
Joe, Raul and T in the house. Keep that
hell,
thing up,
bro.
yo. Joe Sontag, however you spell his name, was also on Katydid's show today with Apex and the Dawn. Katydid
Yeah,
is hoping to do 3 streams a week. Yeah, she does a lot, man. She's
well, she
building
wants
that
to.
channel.
She wants to make Good Morning Comics Gate instead of being like, because she was doing like, God, 5.5, 6 hours on Mondays.
Yeah, right.
So
She's going to break that up now.
yeah, she's gonna cut it down into like 2 hours Monday, 2 hours Wednesday, 2 hours on Friday, and then
Yeah, I mean, she's
So
got a family. I don't see how she was doing all that.
she was squeezing it in between her schedule, bro. I mean,
I
you know how it
guess.
goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
you can get work stuff in there, but yeah,
I get it.
Katie's. But if she gets to the point where she can stream that often, she's got enough viewers now and stuff where she won't have to have a part-time job, so she can be a
Yeah.
stay-at-home mom, which is great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is that? No, is that Abby?
Yeah. That's Abby. Yep.
Oh, okay. I just barely heard her coughing in the background over there.
Yeah. She's hacking a little bit. Um, Britt Eklund, actress Britt Eklund, born today in 1942, appeared in numerous films throughout the 60s and 70s, starred in the British cult horror film Asylum 1972, The Wicker Man 1973, which was with Christopher Lee,
Is she
and
the?
appeared as a Bond girl in The Man from the Golden Gun 1974. She's 83 years young today.
I can't remember the same girl I'm thinking of. She. Mm,
There she is.
okay. You got any of her a little older? I'm trying to think. I don't think
Mm,
this is the actress. No, the actress I'm thinking of. She was more of a. She was definitely English blonde. She was around in
mhm,
like late 70s and 80s, and a lot of movies had kind of like that smoky voice.
mm,
Uh,
mhm.
God, I can't think of her name, but
Today
I
would have
thought it
been
was.
actress Faye Spain's birthday. And yes, she's in Gunsmoke. And guess what? I have an alkalite now, a follower. Uh, Omer Glitch is working on the first season of Gunsmoke. He's into episode number 8 right now. He's watching
Really?
Gunsmoke. Yeah. And he's liking it. Faye Spain, she was in Gunsmoke, several different episodes. Remembered for her films God's Little Acre, 1958, Al Capone, 1959, and her final role as Marcia Roth in The Godfather Part 2, 1974. She passed in 1983 at age 50. Ooh, not too good. But yeah, she
Oh
did
wow.
some Gunsmoke. Here's her picture. You might recognize her, maybe not. But she was in Godfather 2, more recent film. Sort of nightclub sultry look there. Mm. Oh, the actress that played in the original Star is Born. Her birthday. Yeah, that's about it on the birthdays. Yesterday we had a lot of different birthdays. Oh, here's your Bernie Wrightson recreation by Gary Martin. You want to see that, Shadowhawk? It's a good one. You made Omer watch Gunsmoke? That's funny. No, he actually did that on his own accord. Gunsmoke is good. Sybil Danning? No, Sybil Danning wasn't a blonde, though, was she? Hey, Marcus. Damn shame Britt is hot as hell. Yeah, she is. Yeah. Those big eyes, those big saucer eyes. Katie did his monetized, great little show. Yeah. She had a stunt double apparently in the Wicker Man sausage scene. Yeah, uh there's one Katie wants more time with her kids or her husband have worked it all out. Cool. Cool. Didn't know that. But yeah, as I got kicked, need link. Okay. Um, as I was saying earlier, um, I ordered another 100 sketch cards. I knew when I ordered the first batch, I would probably need another 100 at least. So, put my order in for another 100 sketch cards. Not done with these yet. 100, the first 100, but I have them designated for the characters, and I've still got other characters that need to be done. But now, one thing I'm going to do on the second 100, I'm going to take a certain portion of those and I'm going to draw like Reaper Destroyer, Joe Sontag's Reaper Destroyer. I'm going to draw Battle Hawk if I get a final design. I'm going to draw Omer Glitch's Glitch character and lead the way. Uh, drawing indie characters. Now, where I draw the line is probably won't draw Spider Man, probably won't draw Batman. You know, but now if it's in the indie scene, how many sketch cards is the Omer Glitch getting? 10 to 20? I don't know. Well, I talk that over. you know, uh, everybody gets one with their purchase, even if they purchase digitally, like Omer did. Okay,
All
yeah.
right, sorry about that.
As long as I got reference, absolutely. Yeah, so you can draw some up. Yeah. Yeah, they'll have to come from the second batch because I already got all these designated. But yeah, on the second 100, I will be drawing some indie characters like Pigman. I think Pigman would be cool, especially the books that I backed. Nephilim Squadron, Fembat,
There you go. Yeah.
yeah, Battle Hawk.
Yeah.
If I can get a working design, I'll do. Of course, I promised you a cover when you're ready for a cover, and I've got to do Glitch's cover. But I think I better get on the bandwagon for Doctor Mass Contest, or I won't get it done.
Well, hopefully, if I can keep everything rolling here for
Mm-hmm.
the next couple of
Downhill.
months without missing any more fucking work,
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to get right, and then I can send up we'll call it
Yes.
coming the money to
All coming in.
Riley. He's already agreed to do a cover for me, and I've got a couple other people in mind, but I gotta have money in
Mm-hmm.
hand before I try to
Right.
approach him.
Yeah,
So,
I'm donating a cover to you, but yeah, once I get that final design, I'll do you up something good, and we'll talk.
and I
Bernie
appreciate
Wrightson,
that.
maybe this will inspire you. Bernie Wrightson, look at that. But actually,
No,
this is a recreation by Gary Shipman. I've not seen this particular zombie piece. That's pretty cool.
that's wicked.
Hmm.
Yeah, Bernie had away with the zombies, didn't he?
Oh yeah, the undead look and stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
help me! I was buried
I think that's
alive.
why
Help me!
he enjoyed doing Frankenstein so much, because it's basically a zombie story. I mean,
Mhm.
really,
Uh,
when you take it down to the basics, you know.
I, I can never say this guy's name, but Roffers Land, whatever. Uh, Here, look at this piece. Look at that. I know it's a little small. You may have to blow it up, but very cool cheesecake monster type thing.
Oh my!
I've got this little stabby knife, little jungle girl action.
I don't know if that's
O-
YouTube friendly or not. There's a little
Octopi
tangly bit
coming up.
there.
Looks like a crab creature behind her. Couple crab creatures actually.
Yeah, almost like ticks or something. Ugh.
I love how they did the water though. You know, he actually looks submerged under the water.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Nice
What
piece.
I didn't see his name anywhere, so I couldn't attempt to
And yeah,
pronounce
Marcus
it
is
for you.
always available. Yes. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Marcus. We'll put you to work doing something at some point. Don't you worry.
Yeah, Marcus. Yeah.
Sneak peek at the cover of our giant size She Gatecrasher exclusive. Billy Tucci says. Here we go.
Woo-hoo. Looking forward to my gate crasher. Should be coming soon.
Looks like Charlie's Angels to me. Just saying.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. But you know
You got
what? That's the
she.
Western walk. That's the tombstone walk to the OK Corral, right? They all line up and they walk together, remember?
Yeah.
In all the Westerns.
Heading out,
Yeah.
heading out to a showdown.
Heading out to the showdown. Here's a cool Dr. Mask Retro Elixir uh, post, comic book cover of the day, 1953. This magazine is Haunted, number 12 by Fawcett Comics, art by Sheldon Moldoff, that worked for DC Comics for a long time. Includes a Clive Barker like story, The Wall of Flesh. So that would probably be interesting. Most of these old golden ages you can get on disc or online, but yeah, this was cool. I know Steve Ditko did some of these. You know, this magazine is haunted.
No, that's kind of good. Yeah, that's cool.
hmm Look at the Shadowhawk railing there.
I was just checking that out, dude. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
I just got
And
EBS Dark Harvest. I thought it didn't fulfill. I thought he didn't fulfill. There you go. So have you gotten your Dark Harvest yet?
oh yeah, for sure. I got mine.
Oh, you did? You didn't tell me.
Oh yeah.
Have
I
you gotten anything
believe I
else in the
did.
mail recently that I should hear about?
I got Sims. Uh, what was it? Blood Hunt? No, not Blood Hunt.
Oh yeah, I knew
That's
you
another.
got that in though.
Yeah, shit. I'm getting confused now with titles. I got Sims in. I got a few other things in. Uh, I got one that I didn't think I was gonna get. That I didn't really want. So still waiting to go on a burn pile at some point. Um, but no, I haven't gotten a whole lot lately. I'm getting ready to have another round of stuff coming in here soon in the next few weeks.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours. When some of that stuff comes in the mail, there is
Yeah, it's
the
definitely
link. I just
very good.
There is the link, and I just tested it out. It is a working link, even though it's long here in YouTube. It'll work because I just tested it. That you can go sign up for the Chenoo 1977 that's coming out.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was watching Graham earlier today, and he announced that he was putting out the sign up this afternoon. So apparently the sign up is live. Get in there and sign up, people. Is
Now,
the
if
any
Nessie,
other Find My Talent?
the sign up is on his own site, so I don't know exactly how he's doing it.
Okay.
There you go. Here's a good link by Marcus. There you can find most old comics here. Comicbooksplus.com. There you go. Well, if that one Nessie piece didn't do it for you, this one will. Look at that. Now there's your lizard representation for sure. Brian Ballin's
Oh, there
cover.
you go. Yeah, there you go. There you
I
go.
always love Brian Ballin covers. At least I think this is a ballin'.
And if any
May
minus
not be.
Grams sign up link, go ahead and
Hero
well, I know
sandwich.
Just dropped it, but you guys could feel free to drop that again. I don't, yeah, because usually your live chat replay, I can't go back in and hit links, so but I want to go sign up for Graham, but it's gonna kick me.
And here's an oldie but goodie for lizard representation. Gil Kane, The Girl from the Diamond Planet, 1951. Early Gil Kane.
Ooh,
Look at that. Out of Strange Adventures.
riding a dinosaur unicorn.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Yeah. Well, a horny dinosaur anyway. Yeah. You know, sci-fi and aliens and stuff were all the rage, you know, during the 30s. Here is
Man,
Dick Briefer, Frankenstein, number 19, August 1952. I actually like this kind of Frankenstein design. Love the logo. Great logo.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that Frankenstein.
Can
He's
anybody
still
get
cool.
a Can anybody get this guy some pants and a jacket that fits? Just saying.
This man needs a tailor.
And maybe some shoes that don't weigh 100 pounds a piece. We got loads of lizard representation. Kong, the Untamed. Um,
Oh,
I've actually got one that has. I have the number 2. This is not number 2. This is number 5, I think. 1976. But number 2 has a Bernie Wrightson cover, and I got it in like near mint shape.
ooh, very nice.
One of my nicest, probably one of my nicest, if not the nicest, Bernie Wrightson cover I have. Apparently, uh, Kirby back in the 80s was busy doing a lot of things, but he did the Superpower limited series. Well, they got the Bronze Age omnibus here, featuring the Losers and his mob book, the Atlas and Spirit World, which was kind of in magazine format. And I think the mob was too. Sandman, Olmec, the Demon, Cobra, all that stuff he did in the Bronze Age. This would be a cool omnibus.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of.
And I don't really know why they got the 80s superpowers on there, because it's where most of the content is going to be Bronze Age. I wouldn't consider the superpowers. I would consider that Copper Age, really, because that came out in the mid 80s. Bronze Age
Yeah,
had already ended by then. But whatever. I mean, it's wacky Kirby.
mhm.
But neat omnibus. I may have to look that thing up at some point. So yeah, I took your oyster, your burning mouth oyster dialogue and made the title Fire in the Sky. You were going, man, that's fire in the sky. And then later you say it's a spicy meatball.
Yeah.
Oh, that is bowling?
Yeah.
Cool. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. He's next level.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. First stuff I'd ever saw him do was Camelot 3000, sort of maxi series, 12-issue series that I sold in my comic book store. That was one of the first direct comic books out. That and Omega Men and the Marvel Age book. You also had Marvel Fanfare. Dazzler #1 was the very first one that came out from Marvel,
Yeah.
the direct book. That came out around that time. in
That came out at
1982.
3,000. Pretty good from what I remember. I remember when that came out.
Yeah, Brian Boland worked on around that time as well. Eagle Comics and Quality Comics, and they're called something else later. Were coming out with the Judge Dredd Brian Boland stuff, and
Well, good.
all
I didn't
that
even know who he
Stronum
was.
Pog stuff was coming out, and you got to see a lot of
Yeah,
early Alan Davis stuff that that
yeah.
was reprints for us. You know, in the 80s, they were kind of doing what we had been doing in England for a long time. They were giving us their reprint material, and we were printing it in that early direct sort of glut, of the 80s.
Hmm. Yeah,
But that introduced me to Alan Davis as an artist, and Brian Bolland and Dave Gibbons that did Watchmen. And
yeah.
he did a great Green Lantern run. He wasn't my favorite. Dave Gibbons has never been my favorite artist, but he was good.
But he was
I like
solid, yeah,
solid. Yeah, I would say he's kind of got a house style, wouldn't you?
yeah, a little bit. I
Yeah.
mean, like a lot of the comics that weren't blowing everybody away, they had just regular, good, solid guys on them. That were there putting out a book every month, making it look nice, never look stupid. Yeah,
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
lot of those
So
guys
make
brought.
sure you tune in tonight. I know you'll probably have to catch it on replay, Shadowhawk, while you do your work and you climb in the machines like a ferret. And, you
Hmm.
know, I doubt you do that. But when you have your downtown and like your office, because you do have a working office, right? A work office.
Yeah, I don't get to sit down
You
in my
don't get to
chair
spend
very
much
often.
time there.
No, not unless I'm
But you open
actively.
up the whole freaking factory. You get there like 4 a.m. in the morning, right?
I usually get into the parking lot like about 4:15. I'll take a 45-minute nap, and then I open the
Oh,
building for everybody else. And it's
you open the
5,
building for
and then,
everybody. Yeah.
yeah, and then
Was
I
that
start
is
at
that part of
5:30.
your job, or did you just kind of take that on yourself to do?
No, that's part of my job. I just
Part of
get
your
there
job.
early
Okay.
because, yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta compensate for weather and shit, especially in the wintertime.
Oh yeah.
So
And
rather
heavy
rather than
traffic.
rather than fuck up my sleep schedule by sleeping an hour in, during
Hmm.
summer and fall when the weather's going to be good, I just go in early, take a little nap in the car because that way I know when the bad weather hits in the wintertime, I'll still be
Yeah.
there on time.
Yeah. I guess you leave it running with the heat on.
In the wintertime, you bet your ass I do.
Well, I've got like a down jacket, and if I put that thing on now, I would have to come out of it in about 2 minutes or a minute. It's so warm.
Oh yeah, yeah. If I see
Down
my winter
jackets can
gear
get
on right
hot,
now,
man. They're great in cold
I'd have,
weather.
I'd have to pull it out about. I could put it on, stand around for about a minute before I had to start taking
Mhm.
it off because I'm gonna start sweating.
Now, Halloween, we're gonna have some fun. Um, we're gonna have the closeout of RJ's call sign Orion, which is over on Fun My Comic, and uh,
Woohoo!
definitely go over there and check that out. I backed it. It looks like a wonderful project. If you like, kind of like Nephilim Squadron, but different. If you like sci-fi adventure, um, and sort of Starship Trooper vibe to it.
Yeah,
Um,
looks like it's gonna be a fun story.
I love the animated Starship Trooper. If you never watched the animated Trooper, say that 10 times. I can't do it. You'll love it. If you like
Yeah,
in fact, I like those better than the movies.
really? Okay, I haven't
I
seen it
really
yet, so I'm
do.
gonna check that out.
Yeah. I was first buying them on VHS, and then later I bought some of them, not all of them, on disc. I would like to have them all though. I'd like to have the complete collection. But I think the next thing in entertainment that I get will be the Night Gallery. the complete night gallery for all 3 seasons.
Yeah,
However,
I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to have that
for
one too.
20 bucks, you can't beat it.
I watched that show when I was a kid, dude. I used to. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it was scary.
I think you can
I'd
get
like
all
to
the
see.
Freddy movies, all the Freddy movies, 8 or 9 movies of Freddy. I don't know if it's got the Jason crossover in it or not, but you can get it for like 20 bucks at Walmart right now.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good for that. I mean, I
Mhm.
liked Freddy. I like that better than Friday the 13th franchise. I just do.
Yeah, it was more creative. I mean,
Hmm.
just the whole, the basics of the story are just a lot more intricate than, you know.
Yeah. Then just, oh, we're going camping and we're being slaughtered.
Right. Now, Halloween, those first couple ones were really good, but that was because John Carpenter was directing,
Yeah.
and so and
And they were creative,
Halloween,
like when she goes into the closet and he's trying to get to her, and she takes that wire hanger and pokes him in the eye.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's cool shit.
That's
It's like,
cool. Yeah. And
I
Donald
got nothing
Pleasant.
else.
Who couldn't love Donald Pleasant, man? He's a great actor. He's a great actor.
Yeah,
I
I
wish
don't
he'd
fuck with
gotten
that.
more work. I mean, I don't think he was ever out of work, but I wish he had. I
But
mean, he was in Fantastic Voyage with Raquel Welch.
yeah,
How cool is that?
but man, he worked steady for years, dude. I don't
Oh,
know if
he
he
worked
had time
steady
to
for
do.
sure. Yeah.
Uh, I mean,
I,
yeah,
he was in The
he
Great
may have had,
Escape.
yeah. Um,
That's
of
a
course,
great
the
movie.
Halloween movies. God, what else? He was in so many things, dude. So that's the thing. You try to start thinking of the movies, and then like all the
Mhm.
titles vanish out of your brain.
Yeah, if they would do if they would do like an autobiography type thing on Donald Pleasant, and I bet TMC used to do that type of thing, right? They would take an actor and
Mhm.
actress and talk about their sort of their biopic. Uh, I
Right.
bet they did one on Donald Pleasant, and it's probably on YouTube. I just need to watch it. Um, because he had an interesting life, fought in World War II for the British, and was actually detained in a concentration camp, I think, for over a year. And that can't be easy under the boot heel of the Nazis.
No. Yeah, I imagine.
So it was kind of ironic that he would later do a movie called The Great Escape, where he actually escapes from the Nazis. But sadly, his character doesn't live. He gets killed. He gets shot because their
Yeah. Yeah.
plane crashes. Remember their little glider plane?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, he was with Mr. Rockford Files. What's his name?
Uh, what was it? James Garner.
James Garner. Yeah, Maverick. Yeah, yeah. He escaped with, but he was blind. They didn't want to take him, and it probably would have been safer in it. It looked like they were going to get away because they were in a plane. I'll just fly over this stuff right into
Right.
Switzerland. Yeah, they crashed, and then
Oh,
he can't see them, and the Nazis shoot him. It's like Donald Pleasant. Oh man. You killed Donald
oh
Pleasant,
yeah.
bastards.
He did get killed in a lot of the movies he was in, though. I mean, it's not, you know.
Yeah. I've not really followed his trajectory in all the Halloween movies, but he's always an interesting actor
I
to
think,
look at.
I think, did Michael get him at the end of the second one, or was he still? He gets him at some point. I just don't remember when.
Ask me that again.
Donald Pleasance, does he die in the second Halloween, or I think he comes back for another appearance later.
He does. He comes back with a later appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Uh,
think Michael eventually does get him in one of the movies. He ends up killing Donald Pleasance.
don't forget Monday Night Draw with Omer Glitch tonight. Guest co-host Aaron Moses will be over there with him at 6 p.m. Central. So after this show, where comics, creativity, and community collide. Bum, bum,
Oh, man.
bum, bum. Yeah.
Somebody buy some
And
insurance for those boys.
little David Finch, and is it is it Blatt doing the inks?
Platt,
Blatt.
Stephen Platt. No?
Oh, maybe it's yeah, Platt. Maybe it is
Yeah, it might be
Platt.
Steve. Might be Steve. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Platt.
David Finch and Platt, their piece. Yeah.
Yeah,
Only I would
very
say
good.
Blatt when it's Platt. But yeah, check out the draw stream after this show. Definitely. Buster Crab cover number 5 from Frank Frazetta. Check this out. Buster Crab was so cool. Not only,
Homer Good says that. Was that? Oh, was that Matt Pat? Oh, sorry about that. I might have been wrong on that.
so Frank Frazetta cover here, Buster Crab was so cool. He got his own comic book. Um,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. And Frank Frazetta to do the cover. Come on.
Yeah.
He not only played Flash Gordon, but he played Buck Rogers as well. He also played Tarzan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Probably the only actor to do that, to do those three.
Yeah, yeah. He did do Tarzan as well. I forgot about that, but yeah, he did do Tarzan.
We do have to bring back the horror comics. I mean, look at just the DC titles: House of Mystery, The Phantom Stranger, which was kind of semi, horrific,
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
hero.
Yeah, like super horror, but yeah, still I guess qualifies.
Kind of like Swamp Thing, Forbidden Tales, The Dark Mansion, that didn't last very long. The House of Secrets and Weird Mystery, that one didn't last that long. But we got to bring back those great logos and those,
Dude, I used to
the.
love those old House of Mysteries when I was a kid, man. So good.
Mhm. Oh, I don't know who did the little witch up there, but it might have been Wrightson. Dead Man was a great character too. That was kind of, I mean,
No, it
coming
definitely
up.
was great.
I can't wait to get to the Neil Adams section because some of his layouts were great. We got Joe Kubert this Friday, but then after that, we're going to do Neil Adams instead of Steranko. I'll work Steranko in there in November. But just look at this layout from Neil Adams, this double page spread.
Wow, that's awesome.
At least I think that may be Luis Dominguez, but this was the type of stuff
Um,
that Deadman's known for.
but look at that
Yeah,
the profile.
this is Garcia
That dead
Lopez.
man. Yeah, the profile of the dead man there was awesome, dude.
Yeah, but now I guarantee you he took his inspiration from Neil Adams layouts. With Deadman.
Yeah. No, we just looking at what I believe it was last night or the night before. We saw the Dead Man and Phantom Stranger. Remember when they had them teamed up for a little while on some DC book? They weren't actually like teamed up together, but they would have stories in the same
Mm-hmm.
anthology book. But
Yeah, I mean, Deadman had that Luis Dominguez 1986 4-issue
no,
DC limited series. Remember, it was
wait,
written by
yeah.
Andrew Helfer. Helfer. Andrew Helfer.
Who's the other one I'm thinking of? Because it wasn't uh, Phantom Stranger. It was. Uh, God, my brain's not working. Sorry, guys. Tired after work. Deadman, and uh, he's got the white costume with the green cape and the hood.
Oh, the Spectre.
Spectre. Yes, that was real cool too. Whenever they would put those two together, I love that.
Absolutely good stuff. All right, I mentioned Neil Adams. Might as well show something Neil Adams. There we go. Early appearance of the Parasite beating up Superman. Rather, he's got two black eyes.
Those,
I feel sorry for Superman.
It's like the beginning of that new movie.
And I've created a character that's kind of similar to Parasite called Siphon, and I have my own ghost like character. And the collar on Baron Steel is definitely inspired by like Dead Man's collar. You know, he's got a big collar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to keep these cool concepts in mind. You know, I rarely create characters like John's Longbox did with his character with a cape. I just don't do that many capes unless he's like a Doctor Doom baddie, you know, and you want that sort of flowing, grandiose look. Now there is the seer. She's in like a raven like cloak. Yes, there you go. Created by Jim Shooter as the writer.
So you
Absolutely. And Al Placinos.
remember
I,
the conversation the costume maker and Mr. Incredible have in that Incredibles movie? No case ever.
oh,
Everybody ends
yeah.
up dying. Flex into a
Hmm.
jet engine.
Yeah, I like Al Plastino's stuff in the Legion of Superheroes. He was an artist, an early artist on the Legion that I really liked.
Mm,
Pete Costanza did
okay.
some of that stuff too, but not as much. And I didn't much like his stuff, like, especially in the Justice League. It looks like a little kitty type stuff where they're running. He always had them off the ground. You know, I don't know. It's just his anatomy. He's got that more sort of old Superman barrel shaped chest and stuff, and so does Batman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, it's just different. It's a different time. Kids loved it, you know, but where monsters dwell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the great monster titles, and they all came out in the early 70s, and I think they're due to come back around. I think, you know, there's people that are into Halloween Shadowhawk year round. They're into like horror stuff all the time. But
Oh, yeah. Me and Mohawk are.
but I reiterate, it is very hard to do a very scary. You almost have to build suspense. First, you got to care about the characters, or it won't work at all.
Right.
You don't care about the
I mean,
characters, you won't be saddened when they die. You know.
yeah. And like really the only way like in a comic to pull off the like sort of what you're talking about, like the jump scare, is if
Mhm.
you don't reveal the monster whatsoever until you do a page turn. You know, and then when you flip the page, that's the first time you see the monster. That's about as close as you're gonna get to a jump scare.
Yeah, and I actually with the Dirty Joe story, I figure, yeah, it's pretty lame. It doesn't it you know, it's a page turner where you get to you're not expecting it, and I've just gave it away, so spoilers. So anyway, but it's you know something you work in comics. You know, it's
Yeah.
absolutely. If you can't find something fun to read in Devil Flyer, I'll refund your money. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's gonna be a wild ride. You know, it's gonna be cool. I think we need to go back to more anthologies and make them popular. I mean, if you think about the Golden Age comics, that's all they were. You know, you had the Flash and Hawkman together, and they would share
Well, that
covers.
was
You had
how you know. Yeah,
Doctor
before I
Fate
got
did the
into
same, huh?
teen books and all, before I ever got into teen books and things like that. I
Mhm.
mean, well, I started off in the horror side of comics though too, because that's kind of what drew me in. So pretty much everything I read, for the most part, was anthologies. Up until Werewolf by Night, Morbius Living Vampire, Swamp Thing, different things like that. They were all anthology stories.
Oh, absolutely. I believe today is Art Adams' birthday. Here's your Godzilla by Art Adams.
Happy
So here's
birthday, Art!
Godzilla. Yeah, he was born in 1965. So he's only a few days older than I am.
Yeah, he's only a couple of years younger than me, or older than me. Sorry.
Older than you, yeah.
Yeah.
Loved his Godzilla. If these pictures here don't convince you of his ability to draw an awesome Godzilla, then you need to go back to the old Herb Trimpe stuff.
But his Godzilla, his X-Men, his New Mutant stuff, I, pretty much anything art touched. I love Art Adams' work, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here you go, bro. There you go. Look at this. Let me make sure my volume's up so you can hear it.
Alrighty.
Hello, everybody. Teen Sensation Billy Tucci here, and I am so proud to announce that the Rob Liefeld free actual metal trading card for the She Gatecrasher campaign is in. Thank you so much to our friends from Ready Comics. We just got them in just now. Each card is individually packed in this nice little sleeve here. So thank you so much. What a great touch. So we're going to add these to all the other stretch gold packs that we've been doing for the past couple of days, couple of weeks. Well, past week, right? It came in last week, Gatecrasher. And it'll be going out. So it's got this. It's just gorgeous. All right. So thank you all to us, to our 2,800 backers. And anyone who backed a physical perk on this campaign will receive all of our stretch goals. We have 8 trading cards total. And the creme de la creme right here, though, is the Rob Liefeld actual metal trading card.
Creme.
There you go.
Nice.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you, Ready Comics.
8 more sheet trading cards.
Also, Rob Liefeld I'll be sitting next to Rob at the New York Comic Con down in Artist Alley this weekend at the Hot Flips booth in Artist Alley. It's HB 904. So come on down and see us. I'll be there. I'll probably be there Thursday. Maybe I'll be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Who knows? Maybe I'll even be there Sunday. Depends how good of a time I'm having. So thanks a lot, guys. See you later. Thanks for all your support. These bad boys are going to start going out this week. Thank
you. Yeah.
Teen Sensation Billy Tucci.
Absolutely. That's those metal cards look dope. My first metal card is going to be this little guy right here. See, no need to draw Spider-Man. Look at that. Draw my own Spider-Man.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And I've had, I don't know, about a half a dozen or so now of the metal cards, too. They're so nice.
This is going to be my first metal card.
I love that one.
Funko Bot. Yeah, he's going to be on the big tier. You buy the big tier, you get him on a metal card. Absolutely. Streaming tonight. Yes, I am streaming, and I will send you the link. You can draw. Actually, I'm going to be showing some trade paperbacks. Maybe we'll draw. Maybe we'll hang out and talk. Yeah, it'll be fun. 10 o'clock tonight. But fun time was had by all.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, some of these campaigns are going to be coming in, but there's always something else like the Chenoo. Go sign up for the Chenoo. Graham Nolan has lost it. He says, "Is everybody ready? Check this out." Don't know that it's got audio, but he's ready for the football. Look at this. With the bison. Graham,
it is not cold where Graham is at yet. That's all AI, right?
Yeah, I kind of inferred that. But what cool imagery with the bison there, huh?
It's awesome. Yeah, he he posted pictures yesterday of him catching fish out on the fucking lake. I was like, I'm so jealous.
Oh yeah, and he generally gets some whoppers. Now, speaking of the birthday boy, Art Adams, and I think today's his birthday. Check out this man thing.
Ooh, hello. Man, that's a bulky dude there, man. His art really beats him up.
Oh, yeah.
Like it.
Yeah,
fingers. So cool.
with throwback, I was actually going to thinking about doing him as a hunchback. I have a hunchback character already, but I decided just to go with the hair, you know. But I was kind of giving him that hump at first, like he was going to be a hunchback, but I decided against that. His powers are, and I gave him like those little nocturnal, like flying squirrels or something that only come out at night. That's got the big eyes and they glide
Mhm.
around, sugar gliders, or I don't know. They're
Yeah,
just different animals that are nocturnal that only come out at night. The little mammals
yeah,
up in the trees.
they, yeah, and they usually have those big cute eyes.
Yeah, I wanted to give him like those big cute eyes, but creepy, along with all the others and veins coming into his face and forehead and stuff, where
Yeah,
he's like, it's sort of the process kind of de-evolves him. So, and he's really kind of mad because he's not the perfect German anymore, right? Because that was the thing about Nazism. It was about
right.
German
Yeah, he
protectionism.
wanted to be
And
Ubermensch.
now basically he's made into a throwback, a caveman. So he's got a lot of anger issues. Um, and
That's actually a pretty cool backstory, though. I like that. It's
yeah,
got a
and
nice little.
his eyes, is it Sundron, the sort of pterodactyl savage land mutant?
Sora.
Sauron. Okay. Sauron, he's kind of got those hypnotic eyes. That's what I kind of want to do with this character is that he's kind of like hypnotic in a way. He kind of like, he's not just brute strength,
Yeah,
caveman,
yeah. They
but
they they stole his name from um, Lord of the Rings. You remember Sauron was
oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
evil eye in the sky. Yeah, yeah.
hmm
So,
yeah, I can see that. Yeah. He's an
but
interesting
they kind
looking.
of gave him. Yeah, they kind of gave him the same kind of powers, where if he can, look into your eyes, he can control your mind and stuff like that. So,
What has the world come to when the T Rexes are flying the jets? Oh my gosh.
kamikaze mission, we're going in.
That's an improbable but pretty neat concept, actually. That's pretty neat.
Well, I'm gonna have to, just suspend my disbelief on the tiny little arms because I don't believe they would be able to fly the planes very well with those tiny little arms.
Yeah. Have you seen Carrie Andrews' artwork? He's like a modern Todd McFarlane, they say.
No, I don't think I have. I mean, I may have, but I'm not sure.
Here's Spider-Man Wolverine
Oh,
in the Savage Land.
mm, okay. I can see where people are making the comparison a little bit.
The dramatic
Uh,
poses, and this is Todd McFarlane there. There's
yeah,
Todd.
but Todd, Todd Wolverine was much better. Sorry.
Well, now if this is that artist Spidey, it is very reminiscent of Todd McFarlane. I think maybe this is his, and then this is Todd McFarlane's right there. So
Oh,
there's the
okay.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, on his Spidey, I would say sure. Yeah, he's got a very McFarlane feel. On the Wolverine, I don't know if he's quite there yet, but
Yeah. Yeah. Just those
that doesn't.
exaggerated.
Yeah, but that doesn't give me a Todd feel to that Wolverine. The
No,
Spider-Man
no.
does.
There is only
Yeah.
one Todd father, as
I'm,
you well know.
I'm a big fan of the Codster, man. I cannot lie.
You remember Tim Bradstreet? He kind of uses photography to kind of enhance like his Punisher covers. Well, this is Tim Bradstreet cover done for Jonah Hex.
Oh,
Westerns are coming back big time. Of course, this is an
oh wow.
older cover done by him. Very nice. I
So,
kind of like
uh,
I kind of like the realism
I mean,
within it.
yeah, the way he mixed the art with the photo is actually pretty impressive, too.
Well, Alex Ross does the same thing. He works from photographs and stuff, photo
Oh, yeah,
reference. There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
No, it's a technique that's been used by artists for thousands of years. Hey, guess what? Before we had photo reference and you wanted a
Mhm.
portrait done, you used to
Yeah.
have to go sit still in a chair for sometimes weeks at a time.
All right. It's been a while since we've had Julie Newmar on here, but there you go. I think this is from
Yeah.
the late 50s when she was doing Al Cap. Man, I think I see nips there. That's pretty sheer.
Wow.
That's, yeah, wow.
Mm, I mean, you can't see them, but they are poking out of it.
Yeah. She must be cold in that outfit. Look, she's absolutely posing for this photograph. Look, the legs bent, just the
Oh,
posing.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And she's looking up in the air like she's talking on the phone, not paying attention. I have no idea. There's a photographer here.
All right, we're going to get out of here a little early. Why? Because we've got our Fanta recordings to do for Fanta. It is our birthday. Happy early birthday, Fanta. We love you here, of course.
Why? Because we lucky.
And we're not going to do it right now. We can take a break, Shadowhawk. Just let me know when you want to get back and do that, and we'll do that and put it in the can.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to drop me a link because I can't come in through the chat. So
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah,
have to figure out a way
yeah.
to.
I'll do it.
So,
We
yeah,
just need to, just tell me
shoot
what's
me
a good
links.
time. What's
Give
a good
me,
time for you? What's a good time? Maybe around
give,
8:30?
give me like, huh?
About 8:30,
8:30?
maybe? Or 8 o'clock?
Maybe 8 o'clock would be good.
Okay, 8 o'clock. Okay. I'll drop you a link 8 o'clock and we'll do that for Fanta. Again, you can make your own recording if you need that. I think it's pinned in the description, I think. Anyway, we're going to get out of here early so that we can kind of set that up and go do that and do other things. And, so short one today, but that's all right. I'm sure Shadowhawk wants to get cleaned up and
Yeah, I
he'd
gotta
let my
figure
dog
out what me and the girls are doing for dinner too. We haven't even had a chance to talk about it yet. So,
right.
All right, hey y'all, we love you. Please,
I gotta have breakfast. He's talking dinner. I
get,
haven't had breakfast yet.
please go give Fanta birthday wishes. Let her know she's loved and missed. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Rex will see you later tonight, but I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, what he said. Keep collecting.
Yeah.